Good morning, guys. All righty, happy Monday. It's time to get started with another week of social studies. This week we're doing week 17, and we're talking about education and culture. All right, so this week you're going to learn about significant social and educational changes in Alabama during the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Then you're going to become really familiar with some of the people who contributed to the transformation of our state. All right, so day one, normal schools. Wow, normal schools. What is normal school anymore, right? But this is not the kind of normal school that you're thinking of. So normal schools, or schools that trained teachers, had to be built throughout Alabama after Reconstruction because more schools were springing up and they needed more teachers. So normal school is just a name for a school that trained teachers. The first normal school in Alabama and in the South as a whole was State Normal School College that later became the University of North Alabama. Other normal schools were built in Jacksonville, Livingston, Troy, Huntsville, and Marion, Alabama. Boys and girls attended separate colleges for a very long time. Fun fact, Miss Stevenson got her degree in teaching at the Mississippi University for Women. Now, even though it's called Mississippi University for Women, or MUW, that is not actually an all-women's college anymore. There was boys there when I went, but for a really long time, it was an all-women's college. So, fun fact about Miss Stevenson. All right, in December of 1875, two African-American normal schools were established in Huntsville and in Marion. The college in Marion was later moved to Montgomery and is now known as Alabama State University. The Huntsville Normal and Industrial School became Alabama Agricultural and Mechanical School. All right, land grant colleges is the last thing we're going to talk about for today's lesson. In 1872, Alabama lawmakers founded the state's first agricultural and mechanical college in Auburn, just because they saw the need for farmers and engineers to learn the latest techniques. So remember, farming was a huge industry in Alabama, and so was industry. Remember, industry was on the uprise because they knew that they needed to bring in more money to the state than farming alone could bring them. So remember, the industries in Birmingham and the iron making and all that stuff were starting to spring up after the Reconstruction. So because of that need and that spring for industry, they knew that farmers and engineers were going to be able to need to learn the latest techniques so that they could always be at the front running of their industry to make sure that they were still being the best and bringing in as much money as they could. This kind of school was called a land grant college. It was built on land granted by the federal government and was funded or paid for by a state tax on fertilizer. Students who went to this college focused on learning about agriculture and mechanical arts. Okay, so they didn't go to learn about anything else. Now, did they learn some other things? Yes, but their main focus was on agriculture and mechanical arts so that they could help learn those new techniques to make sure that they were always at the best. They also learned traditional subjects like math, English, and history, which is social studies, because you do need those basic classes as well, because those are important. This college later became Auburn University. So the first agricultural and mechanical college is now Auburn University. So pretty cool, right? Today, there are many land grant colleges all across the United States. So maybe after you're done with all your work today, you can look up where some more of those land grant colleges are. If you find out where any more are, message me on Schoology and let me know, because I'd be interested to know where some of those land grant colleges are as well. All right, guys, that is it for today. Please make sure you are always on top of your work and checking your folders for any assignments, and have a great rest of your day. I will see you back here tomorrow.